What the f? Yo, guys, you really gonna do me like this? Oh, I don't like the title of this. Yeah, I don't know why anyone reacted. He was gonna be fine this whole time. Oh! Oh, you bastards! They made me think that it was gonna be a invader. It's just Rudo fat as. You see, unlike the rest of you, I didn't overreact. Of course I knew Gris was gonna be fine. But, seriously though, that is some sick bait. Even Rudo thought he was dead, bro. You don't say pay your respects to a living guy. But here's the thing, right? Amazing episode. Hey, look, Gris is alive. Everyone hip hip hooray. Only to potentially end, you know, there's been some theories floating around. And I think after this episode, the end, I'm pretty sure the big bad gonna be Rudo's dad. If we thought the pain and train of suffering was going to end anytime soon, I think we were going to be disappointed with the answer. Make sure you drop a like, share your support, subscribe if you're new on your Patreon. Is of course to catch those full live reactions. Want to help fund the channel. So there's kind of three big points to the episode. There's the reveal of Gris, and also what Rudo will do going forward. There's the world building side of things and understanding Rudo's ability, and also just the way this world's going to operate all the more. And then there was the bombshell ending. Now, did they explicitly say that's his dad? No. Why would he know his name? Why would he know everything otherwise? Like, it's family reunion's going to be hitting different, isn't it? You know what I mean? But the thing is, like, I've seen some death flags in my time, and I really did think he was gone. Because the initial shot looked dead, and then for multiple episodes, and how they end episodes, it's like he's not making it. And it seems that if it wasn't for this woman, whose ability is like medical healing, he would have died. And based on how they're kind of presenting her, if she ever goes missing or can't heal anymore, like, their medical stuff is going to be very basic going forward. So that could be exciting and devastating going forward if they really flex it. But Rudo's having a midlife crisis far too young. Feeling like, hey, the person who saved me, I couldn't do shit for. And what does this douchebag say? Come pay your respect. I get he's the trollish big brother, but even that was too far for him. Thank God he's alive, though. Just best boy, and we need some big brother who just legitimately is nice to us and doesn't, you know, mess around with us. But most of the episode was actually just kind of fleshing out Rudo. As silly as the candy scene was, the fact that it actually adds to the pain of his life. People on his surface, unless you're rich, didn't eat sweets, right? Like, that's how it is. Down here, apparently, sweets are basically the drug dealer's, like, passive income. Like, people would rather spend money they don't have on sweets than they would drugs. My question is does, like, the candy dealers work like drug dealers in our own world? Typically giving you the first hit for free so you get hooked and keep coming back for more? Those are the questions I have. It's really funny, too, because they start the episode off making you think something bad was going to happen. You know that scene in Willy Wonka when that fat little kid eats the thing and becomes a giant balloon? That's basically what it looked like coming out of the door. But I thought it was a monster. I was like, oh shit, something infiltrated and they're going to have to fight on the inside. Turns out Rudo just doesn't have good digestion and just bloated like a goddamn hot air balloon. I can safely say I didn't see that coming. If it wasn't for Gris's reveal in the way they did, because I walked in thinking either rip the band-aid off or say he's alive. But then the first couple of minutes of the episode makes me say, no, he is actually dead. And then he isn't. If it wasn't for that, the bait and switch of the intro of him being a bloated fish there is definitely the most shocking thing they could have done. Like, the way this series plays with emotions should be studied. Whether it's this person's gonna die. Oh, the beginning of the show. We got this cute little dynamic with his little girl pal. She's gonna be on his side surely. Oh, wait, no, she stabbed us in the back. Like, every which way, this show just wants you to, you know, remain in a slight element of anxiety because it doesn't want you to have peace of mind. If that really was my boy's dad at the end, that reunion is gonna give me, like, I don't even know. I'm gonna get an ulcer or something in my stomach. There's just no securing a W there. The thing that I really like, though, about the world building is there's so many questions I've had about Rudo. And all throughout watching the show now for a couple months, everything I thought I knew about him continues to switch about what his ability is. And what I said last week And I'm going to remain to have this praise, but they went above and beyond even what I thought they were going to do. So there was some pushback I saw last week. People saying, oh man, I don't like the fact that he'll only be able to use things once. But I think that's great because, you know, the idea that he can't be stupidly OP. Like, if he had an indestructible defense amulet forever, like, who's going to be able to touch him, right? The power scaling would get ridiculous. But the idea of, like, being able to bring out the true power of an object and let it kind of go out in its blaze of glory is fantastic. The thing is it is now possible, based on how they directed this episode, some objects could last longer than one fight. It's not a time limit. What we're trying to understand here is that seemingly if he brings out the true potential and that object fulfills its duty, it's gonna break. It's, you know, yes, it shortens its life cycle, but it's not like he's breaking the object. He's giving it its final blaze of glory. Now, do I still expect a lot of objects to be done after one fight? Yes. But will I be surprised if at some point he potentially has objects that stick around for a little longer because they don't fulfill their purpose in that one fight? Yes, as well. They're making Rudo have the ability to be stupidly OP without making him completely busted that he's One Punch Man from the very beginning. That is really impressive writing, and I think the author legitimately deserves a round of applause for writing something that makes your character stupidly OP, but still gonna struggle in the, you know, the beginning, the middle, maybe even at the end. Like, I just can't stress this enough. If he had an indestructible defense amulet, and like imagine he gets some sword that like annihilates mountains in one swings, do you really think it would be smart to allow him to use those objects unlimited amounts? No. And it also explains why other people don't have that stupid level of ability, because he is the one bringing out their true maximum potential. It's very, very clever, and I also like the fact that seemingly he can only do it with objects that have kind of been discarded and broken, because that's kind of how he feels himself. Just ties to a core character trait that I really like about this show. There's a lot to like about this show, even in episodes that are actually a lot slower and more tame in comparison to the insanity we've experienced as of late. This show is fire. I'm still so happy it's a 2-core. If this was just 12 episodes, or God forbid if it was only 10 episodes, it would have been a goddamn disgrace. But thankfully in Gachiakuta do we trust, because this show gonna be carrying into the next season, unlike pretty much no other show that's airing right now. So I thank him for it. Let me know your thoughts down below. What did you think of that bait and switch of Blubber coming through the front door? I didn't see that coming at all, but your thoughts. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around your Patreon is, of course, where you catch my full live reactions and other exclusives. Like, hey, I give video shoutouts to my patrons. So today we got William McDougall Jr., ADI 4143, Dawn, Chemis, Restart Coon, and we also have Squealatin. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care. Y'all have a good one.